Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another Viva-Mundo webinar. Today, we are joined by the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hi.
So today, what we will be doing, we will be obviously having a presentation from the lovely panelists that we have here today. I want to give you a little bit about Viva-Mundo and what we do. So Viva-Mundo exists to essentially help you find the right university for you on your study abroad. So whether that's visa advice, study abroad advice, all the things you need to get you onto the right chapter, onto the next part of your life. Now, to just orient you on Zoom, any questions that you have, please do ask any throughout the whole webinar. We will get to them at the end. But please do ask in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. That would be perfect. But other than that, I think from me, that's it. Over to you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Nabila Suji. I'm an international recruiter within the Undergraduate Admissions Office. I hope you guys are all doing safe. You're all safe and healthy, and we're so happy that you're able to join us here today. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off and get our presentation started so you can learn a little bit more about the University of Tennessee. All right, so our university is located within the state of Tennessee on the eastern side. As you'll see on my screen, we're the orange state on there on the eastern coast of the United States. We are located within a day's drive of nearly half of the U.S. population. And so the great thing about it is that if you wanted to go to Atlanta, Charlotte, any of these big cities that you see on the screen, it is a pretty easy drive to get there as well. We do have our airport, which is about 15 minutes away from campus too. So if you were looking to get anywhere else and fly, it is very convenient to get to the airport. The city of Knoxville, our population is about 186,000 people. And so we are like a smaller to medium-sized city. The good thing is that we have all the perks of a big city. So anything that you'd really want, we have it here. Our campus is really close to our downtown area. So if you're on campus, it would take you maybe about 15 to 20 minutes to walk downtown, but we do have a free shuttle and a trolley that will bring you downtown as well. So once you're downtown, all kinds of things going on. We have movies, shopping, restaurants, music festivals, all kinds of things. And so there's always something going on around campus. So one of the main things that we have here in Tennessee that we're very, very proud of and happy about is that we have our Smoky Mountains National Park, which is about 45 minutes away driving distance from the campus. Usually on weekends, students tend to go to the Smokies to go hiking and camping and do all kinds of things. If you love nature, this is definitely a great place for you to be. And the middle picture that you see here is a little glimpse of our downtown area. As I said, lots of things going on, lots of restaurants, activities, events going on all throughout the year. The picture on the right just kind of shows you the same thing I was talking about again. Our location is fantastic, very close to a lot of cities around the East Coast and to our airport as well. We do have a lot of really high ranking programs. We are ranked about excuse me, number 46 amongst public universities within the United States, according to US News and World Report. Our supply chain management within our College of Business is ranked 6th, and you'll see some of our other highly ranked programs here as well. Our College of Engineering is ranked number 33 in the country. College of Business is ranked number 39 in the country. So we're very, very proud of the high ranking programs that we do have. We have overall about 350 undergraduate programs that you can be a part of. So we have everything from nursing, engineering, business, architecture, agriculture, all kinds of things. And so with 350 programs, there's literally something for everybody. So if, we're going to have our contact information at the end. If you have any questions at all about any of our programs, we are happy to help you. So our campus as a whole has a total enrollment of about 28,000 students. Of those, the majority are undergraduate students. Our international number is about 1,200, and the majority of them being graduate students. And you'll see a breakdown on the right of the countries that our students are coming from And so the highest countries that we have on there are on the screen, but we are a very welcoming campus and a very welcoming community. So we definitely want students from all over the world to be on our campus. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a lot of majors that we offer. They fall under 9 undergraduate different colleges that we have on campus. So I'll go through this list very fast. We have our College of Agriculture, Architecture, Arts and Sciences, Business, Communication, Education, Health and Human Sciences, Engineering, Nursing, and Social Work. So a lot of different opportunities within these colleges as well. We do have a lot of opportunities for students to learn within the classroom and outside. We have different opportunities like the Office of Undergraduate Research will help students get involved with research and connect them to different opportunities around campus. The great thing is that we are a Research One institution. And so if research is something that you want to do, definitely we have a way to be able to get you there. So that office is going to be able to help you connect with different opportunities across campus. We have the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which is world known. It has like the world's fastest supercomputer there. So it's a very fantastic place. They're also working on some patents and some things as far as COVID-19 goes, and a lot of really amazing research takes place there. I'm going to jump down a little bit. We have living learning communities on campus. Basically what that means is students that either share personal interests or that share a major have the option of housing together. So let's say students are nursing majors together. You can opt to live in like a nursing living learning community. That way you're surrounded by people that are in the same program with you. And so that's a really great opportunity. We have lots of internships and co-ops available for students, and we have the Center for Career Development that's going to help you with that as well. And of course, we also have entrepreneurship opportunities available all across campus too. We have a number of different services available for our students. We have our international support services, which are going to help students prior to their arrival on campus and then once they're there as well. We have our Student Success Center, the Writing Center, which are going to be there to assist you throughout your academic programs and to ensure that you are being successful within your programs. We have over 500 student clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. And so literally anything that you can imagine that you'd want to do, Chocolate Lovers Club, whatever it is that you want to do, there's definitely a way for you to get involved on campus and for you to meet other students with similar interests and just kind of meet more people. There is that stat at the bottom that we're very proud of, that more than 82% of our graduates are employed or in grad school within 6 months of graduation, which is a really high statistic. And so we're always looking to improve and always looking to make sure that students can go the path that they're trying to. So we do have housing available on campus. We have 12 residence halls that accommodates over 7,000 students. 2 of them are open year-round, which is typically where our international students tend to stay. Those residence halls are within walking distance of classes. And I mean, research shows that students that live on campus do have higher retention rates, higher graduation rates. So it's always recommended that students do live on campus. Coming in as a first-year student, you are required to live on campus, and so that'll really help make sure that you are being successful within your time here at the University of Tennessee. As I mentioned earlier, we do have that free university shuttle bus and trolley that'll take you all around campus and to surrounding areas as well. Our campus is beautiful. Like I said earlier, if you're into nature and greenery, this is definitely a place for you. Our campus is about 910 acres. We have greenways and parks and all kinds of things, and of course, free Wi-Fi available all across campus. We have lots of different recreation and sports facilities available for students. We are a Division I institution, so sports are very important, and I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But as far as recreation goes, we have gyms available on campus, pools, basketball courts, all kinds of things that you can do to even as part of a club or an organization or outside of that as well. I do want to talk a little bit about this. This is our international house on campus. We call it the iHouse. It's pretty great. It's where students from all different countries all over the world can can kind of connect with each other and have a common ground. Any time of the day that you go in there, they're going to have free coffee, free snacks available. And so they do host a lot of different programs throughout the year as well. We have 19 international student organizations. I've listed a few of them here. We have our Latin American student organization, Vietnamese, Asian American. So lots of different organizations that you can be a part of and get involved in. So the good thing about these organizations is that if you're coming on campus, you can reach out to them, prior to your arrival. They will help you get settled in. A lot of times they'll come pick you up from the airport. They will make sure that you have a list of the best restaurants and places for you to get a haircut and all kinds of things that you wish you would have known about a place before you get there. So they are very helpful and resourceful as well. Knoxville has a strong local community, and we really support international cultural, programs, educational programs. We have lots of festivals that go on throughout the year. I've listed some of them here. The International Food Festival is definitely my favorite. And so it's really a good way to be able to for different countries and, local community to showcase where they're from and the best food from their countries. Our name, I guess you could call it, we're called the volunteers. And so the volunteer spirit is really embedded in everything that we do. You'll see on the slide here, it talks a little bit about the torchbearer. The second picture there is of the torchbearer that we have on campus. It's a symbol of knowledge, enlightenment, truth, and intellectual optimism. So we do try to give back to the community as much as possible. As our student body, we have over 500,000 volunteer hours over the last 4 years. And so we do definitely encourage students volunteer and get involved. Whether, we have some of our volunteers in Florida that recently did like beach cleanup down there. If we're traveling across the world, we always try to give back. So there's lots of different opportunities for students to get involved in things. So this is an outline of our undergraduate cost of attendance. You'll see tuition is about $32,000. And then once you add everything up, it's about $47,000. We do have some scholarships that we offer. They are competitive merit-based scholarships. And so what that means is that it typically goes to the top 10% of our students. Our highest achieving applicants are typically the ones that are awarded these scholarships. They range from about $5,000 to about $15,000 over the course of the 4 years. And so if you're interested in applying for a scholarship, make sure that you are applying early and make sure that you are taking, any of the tests, and I'll talk about that in the next slide. But make sure that you are getting the highest scores that you can get to make sure that you are competitive for it. So this is some of our application deadlines and details. November 1st is the priority deadline for you to get your application and documents in. However, we operate on a rolling admission. And so what that means is that we don't really have a deadline date, that we continue accepting applications throughout the year. We have our own application on our website, or you can go onto the Common App and apply through there as well. Either one is totally fine for us. What we will need is an official transcript. So we'll need grades 9th through 12th. For your 12th grade, we know you won't have your full year on there. So even if it lists the courses that you're currently enrolled in, you can go ahead and get that sent to us. The fantastic thing that we do is that we're able to evaluate these in-house for you. And so you don't have to pay for a third party to get that evaluated. We'll do our best to just do it for you. That way it'll save you time and money as well. Recommendation letters are encouraged for you to submit along with an essay that will be a part of the application as well. Now, depending on where you're coming from, we are going to need an English proficiency test, so you can take the TOEFL or the IELTS. On the TOEFL, it's a minimum 70, IELTS is a minimum 6.5. You also have the option of sending us your English scores from the SAT or ACT. We'll accept that as well. And right now we are accepting Duolingo scores and IELTS indicator scores as well. So we just want to make it as easy as possible for you. We do not require SAT or ACT scores. The only time we require it is if you are applying to be an engineering or computer science major, or if you want to be eligible for scholarships. Now for engineering applicants, we're really just looking for the math score on there. So we're looking for a minimum math score of 590, or on the ACT, it's a minimum math score of 25. If you're unable to take the SAT or ACT or get that math score over to us, we do offer a really affordable online math placement option for you as well. You can take it from the comfort of your own home. You get three tries to do it. It's very affordable. So if you're not able to meet any of these requirements, you're welcome to reach out to us and we'll do our best to make sure that we're able to accommodate. So really your next steps as far as admission goes, the first thing you want to do, of course, is submit your application and all of your supporting documents. That's your application, test scores, your TOEFL, IELTS, all of those documents into us. Once you are admitted to the university, congratulations. Next step would be for you to confirm your enrollment and sign up for housing. After that, you will register for orientation. That's when you meet with your advisor. You pick out your classes, you do all of those things, and then you are officially a volunteer. And so it's really exciting, and it's a pretty easy process to go through. Now, we do have a conditional admission process that we offer as well. We do have our own English Language Institute on campus, and my colleague Lauren is here. She's fantastic. She's going to talk to you about all the things that the English Language Institute offers. So we do offer conditional admission. Basically, if you apply for admission and you don't meet the admission English requirements, you can opt to come in as a conditionally admitted student. What that means is that you would do a semester or more within the ELI, and Lauren will talk to you a little bit about that. But then after that, you will just transition into our regular degree programs. So at this time, I'm going to hand it over to Lauren. Here you go, Lauren.
Thanks, Nabila. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be talking with you today. Thanks for coming to join us to learn more about the University of Tennessee. So as Nabila said, I work in our English Language Institute. I have been an instructor in the English Language Institute since 2012, and I'll just also do some recruitment work as well. So I've gotten to see the work that our students and our faculty and staff do from a few different angles. So I'm looking forward to telling you more about it. As Nabila said, one of the options for admission to undergraduate programs is to be conditionally admitted through our English Language Institute. And so there's a couple of ways that you can gain full admission to the university if you take classes in the ELI. So you can see here on the screen, option A is to complete ELI's highest level. And then you can request a letter of recommendation from our ELI director, and he will provide that to the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. This is a really, really great option for students who do not want to take the TOEFL or IELTS. You know, if you are one of those students who has a lot of stress and anxiety when it comes to standardized testing, this is a really good way to avoid having to do those standardized tests for language. We've had a number of students do that for that very reason, and I think it's a really good option. Option B is to attend ELI and take the TOEFL at the end of any of our terms. We include that as part of your tuition payment for ELI. So we have 8-week terms, and at the end of every 8-week term, we offer the TOEFL. You can take the TOEFL then, and if you get the score that you need, then the admissions office at UT will accept that. And that's another really good option so that you can go ahead, get into an English program, start improving your English skills, working on some academic preparation as well. And then if you complete our highest level, you can go ahead and get that recommendation. But if you don't complete that highest level, you may just go ahead and achieve the TOEFL score that you need before you get there. That's something that we see a lot as well. So next. All right, so we've got some details here about the ELI. Like I said, we have 8-week terms, and we have those 5 times per year. So right now we are almost halfway through our summer term that started at the beginning of June. So our next term is going to start in August. After that, we'll start in October, and then January, March, and then we're back at the summer. So we do that 5 times per year. So Some students take one term with us, and then some students study with us for more than a year. It just depends on what your needs are and what your level of English proficiency is when you begin at ELI. Our goal is to help you become good communicators. So we focus on grammar, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And some of our classes will include more than one of those skills, and then some of them are divided. Next. All right, so this shows you a breakdown of what our costs are this summer. As we know, everything is different right now because of COVID-19. So at UT, we are actually not holding in-person classes this summer, but we're scheduled to begin doing that again in August. This information is specifically about the online program that we are offering at ELI. It's called Tennessee Academic English Online. So like I said, we started earlier in June, so we're in our I guess this is the 3rd week out of 8. We have some students who are taking one class with us, either listening, speaking, reading, or the combined grammar writing class. We have some students who are taking all 3. So we will be updating our cost information in the next few weeks. So if you are interested in joining us online, in August or maybe even in October, then I would encourage you to keep checking back with our website, because we will be updating the information about the ELI online courses that we will be offering. Okay. All right. This shows a little bit more information about the daily schedule. We try to make sure that we provide classes at times that are convenient for our students who are here in Knoxville, but also that are convenient for students who are in other countries. Right now, we have some students in our summer online classes who have gone home and are studying English with us from their bedrooms or from their kitchen tables every day. We have some students who have never been to the US, but who have signed up to join us in our ELI classes, again, from their bedrooms or from their kitchen tables. So you do not have to be in Knoxville to participate in these online classes. Next. All right, so one of the great things about taking classes at UT's ELI is that we have a low student-teacher ratio. You are never going to have large English classes of 30 students. We don't think that's optimal for your learning, and so we try to make sure that every student gets plenty of attention so that they can learn as much as they can. One of the things I love about our program is that our classes have students from a variety of countries. I just taught a academic reading class this morning, and I have 9 students in that class, and they are from a total of 5 different countries. So that gives you an idea about some of the diversity that you can expect in these classes. If you are an ELI student, you have access to campus amenities. So that looks a little bit different right now since our campus is not fully open at the moment, but all of our students, even the students who are part-time, still have access to the UT library. And so that means that they can still access tons of books and journals and lots of other resources online. They have access to our really helpful office, OIT. I always tell our students that our IT office is one of the most helpful ones I have ever had any contact with. So we've got really great resources, really great staff in our technology office, and we all know that that is more important than ever right now while we're all using Zoom and other online platforms. It's more important than ever to be able to have good support when you need a little bit of assistance with that. We also have extracurricular activities for all of our students in ELI. So we try to plan social and cultural activities for our students. Of course, those look a little different right now, but we're still having those. We also have a conversation partner program for our students. So they meet up with some local American students. Right now, we have a couple of times per week that these American students and American volunteers from the community hop on Zoom with small groups of our students. And they just get to talk about how things are going, practice speaking English, learn about each other. I've seen some really great friendships develop through this program over the years. And so it's something that I always recommend to students. Overall, we want to make sure that our students are prepared for whatever their next steps are. So if you are trying to prepare for university, if you are trying to improve your English skills for your job, whatever it is, we are here to help you be prepared for whatever that next step is. So that's going to involve working on your communication skills, working on like your own cultural development. That's, again, one of the reasons why being in classrooms with students from a variety of backgrounds is so helpful and so important. Next. All right, so if you are not interested in taking part in one of our 8-week terms that we offer 5 times a year, we can also create a customized program for you and maybe some friends or some classmates. This is a really great option for a group of students, actually of any age. So most of the programs that we do are for students who are high school and older, but we've actually got a project that we're getting ready to start with some middle school students in China. So this is something that we can do in a lot of different ways. We can offer in-person at a later date programs, and then we can also offer virtual classes and programs like what we're doing with the middle school students in China. So I have developed a number of these programs over the years, and I love working with them because the students who are in them are generally really motivated to learn, and they're really excited to have this customized experience. This is something that we can do for a group for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, or we can do it for 6 months. So like I said, I'm the person who coordinates these at ELI, and so I'd love to talk to you more if you and a group would like to do something on American history and culture, or maybe related to STEM or art, anything like that. So there are so many different options, and even if you don't know exactly what you'd like to do, but you know you want to do something, then let me know, and I can ask you some questions and kind of guide you through the process of us creating a customized program for you. Next. All right. We also provide a lot of recreation and American culture experiences. We're located near the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That's that beautiful picture that's on the top left. And that is really what it looks like. I think that it is almost magical looking with that mist. But it's a really beautiful place. We're really lucky to be so close. It's the most visited national park in the US. Knoxville is, like Nabila said, it's a really great place to live if you like outdoor activities. We have a river that runs right through our town, and our region is full of lakes. So if you like to spend time on the water, or if you'd like to have the opportunity to do so, Knoxville is a great place to be. So between kayaking, canoeing, paddle boarding, you can have a full Saturday just playing on the water. Lots of opportunities for hiking, biking, spending time on greenways. If you're a mountain biker, Knoxville is also a great place to be. Nabila mentioned earlier that we have a lot of festivals in Knoxville. You may have heard of Tennessee because of Nashville and Memphis, which are both really famous for music, both really important to the history of American music. Knoxville has a really strong history as well. And so one of the things that I love about living in Knoxville is that I can go hear good live music any night of the week. We have a community that really supports its local musicians and local artists, and so it makes it a really fun place to be. Next. All right, another thing that we include in our customized programs and in our ELI curriculum is academic skills and college preparation coaching. So if you would like to learn more about how to apply for university, if you would like to go on tours of universities, you want to develop the English skills that you need to be able to engage well in interviews, either for academic or professional purposes, we can help connect you with the resources that you need for that. This is something that I think is really important for you to know about, not just at ELI, but at UT in general. There are so many resources available to students. And Nabila showed you a list earlier of student support offices, and these are great, and you don't have to pay extra for these. So I always tell students to take advantage of all of the services that are available, because there are hundreds and hundreds of people who work at the university whose goal it is to make sure that you're successful. Next. All right, Nabila already talked about this some, but I just want to point out that our ELI students do have the option to live on campus. Some of our students live on campus and some of them live off campus. There are probably 10 or 15 apartments that are privately owned, not owned by the university, that are within walking distance of the university. So whether you live on campus or off campus, you can still be really involved in campus life. Lots of opportunities for recreation as well. You see the soccer or football field that we have there. And as Nabila mentioned, the clubs are plentiful. So no matter what you are interested in, you're going to be able to find a way to connect. All right, our Education USA Academy is a program that we do in conjunction with the U.S. Department of State. We plan to offer that next January and then again next July. This is a great program for high school students. To be in this program, you have to be 15, 16, or 17 at the time the program takes place. We do have some scholarships available, but this is a great program that helps students improve their knowledge of American universities and how to apply for universities. They get to participate in a number of cultural experiences, spend time with local American teenagers in Knoxville. And we also have a focus on business and entrepreneurship in this program. Next. So you do not have to be an aspiring entrepreneur or an aspiring business major to participate in this program. One of the reasons that we focus on business is because it is, it's a topic that really we all benefit from knowing about. So we have faculty from our Haslam College of Business and the Anderson Center for Entrepreneurship who teach in this program. They teach business principles, they help students learn how to develop a business plan, and then even how to pitch their business plan. So if you've ever seen the TV show Shark Tank, it's kind of like that, except the judges are a lot friendlier than the ones on Shark Tank. Next. So this is my email address. I would love to talk to you guys more. If you are interested in an English language program, whether you want to come to Knoxville to do that, or if you would like to do that online. I'd also love to talk to you about any customized programs that you're interested in. And don't forget that Education USA Academy. It's for students who are 15, 16, or 17 years old. We do have scholarships available, so let me know if you'd like to learn more about those. Thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ambu, and I am a rising sophomore here at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I am a political science major with the international relation concentration. So today I'm going to be talking about like my first year experience here at UT. So the first picture I have here is the picture of the freshman. I believe it's this little tradition of UT that makes me feel like UT is really unique to me. So yeah, we have some kind of like tradition like this that where all the freshman class go in front of the this beautiful building and then take pictures in early in the very first week of the of school. And yeah, so the reason I shows this kind of picture because it gives me like a really good first impression of UT. Yeah, so next slide. It's gonna be the next slide is gonna be I'm gonna be talking about my favorite thing about UT actually. It's of course gonna be the school pride. I love how everyone is genuinely love this campus. It's something that unify the whole campus together, and it's just really incredible to see how people celebrating, chanting, enjoying the game, like especially like on game days. I got some pictures of me and my friends going to the game days. The Viva game days are just like incredible. I personally don't, like as an international student, I personally don't know anything about football at all. But last year I went like almost every game days just to be there for the vibe, just to see people like bleed orange, like going crazy about like all the football games. It's just like how incredible that is. It just really it gives me like the feeling of like a home away from home for me, especially I'm from like another country. But yeah, on the next slide there's like a couple more of the pictures of me going on the game days. Yeah, just the other next I have like a bunch of pictures on like game days just because I love it. Okay, so this slide is the picture of me and my friends throwing like a little gathering on the Super Bowl Sunday. I think it is really cute because I just again, I don't know anything about football, but yeah, I just I think it's just a really good thing to just hanging out with my friends and do some like American things on like a Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, so that's literally, I just absolutely love the school spirit of this campus. It's really hard for me to find anybody who doesn't have like the vault spirit. And I think that's just really incredible to me that, everybody genuinely loves this campus. So on the next slide, yeah, so that's another thing I love about UT is that there's so many things for you to do out there on and off campus. There are like so many opportunities for students to get involved. Here are some of the events that like I really like during the past semester. It's like vol night long. You get all of these events. You got free food and free stuff, which I love so much. Yeah, so on the bottom right was a Macklemore concert, which is also free, and it was really fun because you don't have to pay and you get to see it like a free concert. And the 865 night market was one of the events that I'm like the most looking forward to, but unfortunately the coronavirus and everything just happened. But it basically like this night market with a lot of people, like a bunch of food. It's just a really good place or to hang out and everything. On the bottom left is a picture I got from going to the Vol Night Long, which is they have like a little photo booth. So they have a bunch of activities for you to do. So yeah, it's a really great things to do that like UT gives you to do during the weekends. Yeah, so on the next slide, yeah, so as I told you guys, UT has so many things, so many opportunities for you to do. This is a picture of me with my club friends. As Ms. Nabila said, that we have like hundreds of clubs out there, like literally almost everything that you can think of you can join. I was a part of AAA, or Asian American Association, and the Global Study Club last year. And yeah, I highly recommend anybody to do this, because for me, I'm like, do not know anybody. I came from another country, so joining clubs are like just a great way to, put yourself to be around with the people with the same interest as you. And this joining clubs is the main source for me to, where I find my all of my friends now. And it just really great things that I'm really glad that I did. So yeah, this is a picture of me and my friends went to Gatlinburg. We rent like a trip, a cabin for like a weekend. Went to a Gatlinburg with all of my club friends. We had a really good time. And especially at Gatlinburg is like an hour-ish drive from Knoxville. So on the next slide, I actually went to Gatlinburg so many times. This is another trip also in Gatlinburg. I went to Gatlinburg really so many times that this is like a one-day trip that I went with my closer friends. So on this slide, this is a picture from the trip from North Carolina on Max Patch, which is a really great trip because it was 2.5 hours. We drove there and it was like 5 minutes hiking, but like, and you most of the time you just have to drive. And it was just really amazing because, you can just go there one day trip. And I went there with my friends to watch the sunset. And yeah, we brought some Krispy Kreme. I think I include the picture on the next slide. Yeah, we brought some Krispy Kreme up there. And yeah, we just watched the sunset together. It was really fun. It's a popular place for like a college students to go during the weekend. So Knoxville are just like a really perfect answer for me because I'm like an outdoorsy person. So I love mountains, I love like lakes, I love going. So I can just go to like Max Patch, Gatlinburg anytime I want. Yeah, but beside that, on the next slide, I think I have the picture. Yeah, the picture of me doing some activities in like the Knoxville as a town. It's still so many things to do. Like, so this is like all of my pictures from the activities I did in the downtown Knoxville, which is like the Market Square. Like a cruise farm ice cream. The picture of me celebrating my birthday with my friends on the French Creperie, and then like the picture of me and the dog I met on Market Square on Christmas Day. It's just so crazy that like there are so many things for you to do in this like small town. Yeah, so that's pretty much my experience for the first year. The one last thing I want to point out is that the another grateful opportunity that UT gave me, which is my job right now. Even though I'm like an international student, I never thought I would get a chance, to work on campus. Because yeah, so right now I'm working with the admission office as an ambassador, and this position taught me so many things, like leadership skills, communication skills, like office tasks and everything. And at the same time you get paid. Like it's just a really great things that like UT gave the opportunity to me as an international student. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for my experience for UT. It has been a really incredible 7 months so far. So
wonderful. Thank you so much, and Lauren, for telling us more about the English Language Institute and for giving us your student perspective. I did want to add this slide on here. If you had any questions, that's our contact information. We have our general email, but also there's emails for each one of us that were on this call today. And so, yeah, we are happy to help with any kind of questions that you
Okay, great. Thank you guys for an amazing presentation. We actually have some really interesting questions up on our Q&A. So we'll start the Q&A now. Again, if anyone has any questions, please ask in the Q&A box. We are here. So we have one question to start off with, which is how much would be the expenses to be a student in Knoxville?
So our annual cost of attendance is about $47,000, and so that does include like your housing, your room and board, books, all of that is included within that number as well. We do have, as I mentioned earlier, we have some scholarships that we offer for our highest achieving, those are merit-based scholarships that would be about $5,000 to $15,000 over the course of the 4 years. And Lauren, if you want to give a quick summary of the English language cost of attendance.
Sure. It is somewhat dependent on if you do classes online or in person. Of course, if you're in person, there's going to be a higher fee. But I would like to add that Knoxville has a really great cost of living. And so when you're thinking about where you're going to go to school, I would really encourage you to pay attention to the location where it is, because a lot of your expenses, even local travel expenses, whether you're riding the bus or paying for gas for your car, or you're buying groceries at the supermarket, all of those things are going to come into play. So Knoxville does have a really good cost of living. So I would encourage you to pay attention to that as well when you are looking at the living costs.
Great. Okay, to the next question. How is the environment for Black students? Very relevant at the moment.
Yeah, so, I'm sure everyone has seen on the news and all over, worldwide, everything that's going on within the country. I'll highlight some of the things that we have around campus for our Black students. Like we have our Office of Multicultural Student Life. We also have a lot of diversity educators on campus. And so as a campus as a whole, we really embrace the diversity and we really try to make sure that every student feels at home. One of the things that we have on campus is also our Black Student Union, which, it builds awareness for political, social, cultural movement and issues that affect minority students across campus. And so they really promote unity and beneficial change on campus, and they work as a liaison between students and the administration. And so we do have some organizations and things in place that are there to support students students of minority.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Will Brazilians still be able to get student visas to the USA for the fall this year due to the coronavirus situation?
Excellent question. That is something that we would have to double check on to check if the U.S. embassies and the consulates are up and running. That has been varying depending on where the student is in the world. And so that would definitely be a good thing to check, like on, if you just want to Google like the U.S. consulate in Brazil, it'll tell you some dates and things that they would be reopening.
Another question, is the campus open for classes now? If not, when are you planning to reopen, as I am planning to apply in the beginning of next year?
I'm happy to hear that you want to apply. That's fantastic. Our campus is currently not open as part of COVID-19 and all the safety measures that we have been taking. We have all been working from home, and all of our students are taking remote courses, and we have been that way, I believe, since March. And so we do plan on being fully functional and operational in the fall, so in August. But we do have a committee that's put forth that's part of the chancellor. And so they're really working on a lot of different contingency plans to make sure that we can return back on campus, and that when we do, it is a safe transition for everyone. So as of right now, we plan on reopening in August, and yeah, we're keeping our fingers crossed for it.
Great, I hope you guys get to open up too. And as it's Pride Week here in the UK, is the campus and hall safe for LGBTQ plus community?
Yes, absolutely. We do have a Pride Center on campus. And, it's funny, I actually just they were giving out t-shirts, and they just mailed me a t-shirt. I randomly got it. that, you know, we are called the volunteers, Vols for short. And the t-shirt is incredible. That's from the Pride Center. It says it's Vols, Vol means all. And so we really, really try to embrace that, that unity and try to make sure that every student does feel like they belong on campus and that they do feel comfortable.
Great. And for the last two questions, so there is one question here from a volunteer actually in the English school. Wondering if you have a service for students directly to talk to them and their experience of the university.
Yeah, we do have something like that on our website. If you go to like admissions.utk.edu, there's a way for students to be able to reach out and connect with other students on campus. We have our fantastic student ambassadors, and is one of them. I have left our contact information up on here. So Om's email is on there if you wanted to reach out to her and you had any questions. I'm speaking on behalf of her, but I assume she would be happy to help help answer any kind of questions that you have. And Lauren, if you want to touch on that as well, if you have any resources available for students to speak to current students or past students.
This is something that I typically just I refer prospective students to our current and past students, typically depending on their interests. Since I primarily work with students who are interested in an English language program, sometimes it's easier for them to talk to someone in a language other than English. And so I can usually facilitate those connections. So if you don't really feel ready to have that kind of conversation in English, you can always let me know and I can reach out to some of my current or past students to be able to help make those connections. And I do want to add one thing to Nabila's answer. She mentioned the Pride Center, and that is an entire office that is located on our campus with full-time staff and a lot of student workers and student participation, but they provide a lot of resources. One question that I had not long ago, and I just want to go ahead and answer this since it came up. A student asked me about like bathroom situations. We have a map on our website that shows gender neutral restroom facilities that are available in buildings throughout our campus. So I think that's helpful for students to know about. I think that can, give you a lot of security in knowing that that exists.
Great. Okay, so I think we're on to our last and final question. So someone is asking, they're very excited, but do you offer anything similar regarding programs like PhD, masters, etc.? And can anyone take the ELI training?
I'll answer the first part. We do have a number of different master's and PhD programs that you can apply for. If you just Google like UTK graduate admissions, it'll come up with their website, and it has a full list of all the different programs that they offer. Some are offered online, and so that's a benefit as well.
And for ELI training, we have programs for students of all ages. So for our regular face-to-face English Language Institute classes, those are typically for students who are about 17 years of age and up. Every once in a while, we'll make an exception for a student who is younger. So if that's your question, then just email me and we can talk about it. For our Tennessee Academic English online courses that we're doing right now and that we expect to still be doing again in the fall, and maybe in the spring, we'll see. We may just add that in as a permanent option. That is something that is typically for about a 16-year-old and up as well. We do have programs that we can create for you and offer for students who are younger than that, but we typically don't go below middle school.
Great. Does anybody want to add anything towards the end of the questions, or how about you, any last words for the students?
Yeah. So I just want to say, just feel free to reach out to me. Like my emails are down below on the presentation, but just email me if you have any questions. I'll just try to help as much as I can. And yeah, hopefully to see you guys in the fall.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys so much for a brilliant presentation. And as the panelists have said, please do email them if you have any further questions, and someone will reach out to you as soon as possible. And thank you guys for attending and asking some brilliant questions. Please do visit viva-mundo.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.